Is Apple trying to make waves in virtual reality? Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Hey everyone, Blake here from Digital Cynics with a quick Friday news story for you. It's no secret that Apple is heavily invested into AR technology. You know, everything from development tools like AR Kit or Reality Kit, as well as tools like Reality Composer and Reality Converter. Apple is really trying to push AR as like the leading forefront in kind of the virtual reality versus augmented reality landscape. But could it be that Apple is also trying to dip their toes into virtual reality as well? Well, as it turns out, Bloomberg confirmed that Apple has officially acquired NextVR. NextVR is a quick upstart company primarily specializing in live streaming VR content, mostly centered around sporting events as well as live music events. If you were to go to NextVR's website right now, you will see a message that only displays NextVR is heading in a new direction. Thank you to our partners and fans around the world for the role you've played in building this awesome platform for sports, music, and entertainment experiences in virtual reality. As far as what Apple is planning on doing with NextVR is kind of uncertain at the moment. You know, there's some speculation that Apple might work with them in order to develop new VR technologies for the Apple ecosystem. I myself have tried NextVR as a service with the PlayStation VR. I really want to see what an NBA game would look like live streamed to a VR headset. The concept itself was really cool, but I think the big hiccups was more so to deal with bandwidth and internet connection. But yeah, with Apple as a resource, I think it could really push that envelope forward. But if I'm going to take a guess, I'm going to assume that they're going to stick with the AR technology, but use NextVR primarily for their live streaming capabilities and what they have acquired through that, and kind of acclimate it into whatever it is Apple's working on for their current AR projects. You know, a new headset could be in the works. NextVR has experiences in working with Sony, Lenovo, and HTC with their virtual reality headsets, as well as Facebook. So, you know, what they can learn and acquire from NextVR could really help in developing new technologies for Apple. That being said, it's kind of all up in the air right now. Everything's kind of speculation at this point. All we know for a fact is that Apple is at least making some moves towards AR or virtual reality. Either way, I think it's pretty exciting, and I would definitely love to see what Apple has in store. Even if you're not a huge Apple fan, you can't deny the fact that Apple has a huge influence on how technology progresses and how the technology kind of hits consumers and what gets advanced. So no matter what happens, I'm very interested to see what they bring to the table. But with that bit of news out of the way, it is time for this week's
Comment of the week.
For those of you who are new to the channel, what we like to do on Fridays is we look at the last Friday's video and highlight a particular comment that we found either funny or interesting. Last Friday's video, Brendan talked about Oculus Quest 2 and everything that we've kind of heard about so far regarding the development of that. This week's comment is from Zoe Paulson, and Zoe says, "Maybe unpopular opinion, but no way is Oculus gonna ditch the old Quest. Way too many people just got it, and ditching it would make a lot of people mad. I heard that it will be more like a Quest S instead of a replacement, just for the users who want the best experience, or who new users that just want the better, newer one." And you know, that's a pretty good point. I think if a Quest 2 came out too soon, it could really kind of split that market for VR customers. You know, if I were to speculate on what Facebook is going to do as far as the Quest 2, my guess is that they will heavily lean into that Quest Link cable. Because essentially that cable, once you plug it into the standalone Quest headset and plug that into your computer, it's basically converting that headset into a Rift S, more or less. And you know, mobile technology just ages so quickly, so in order to have a solid standalone experience, you do need that refresh or that sequel to the hardware in order to keep up with mobile technology and the demand that these apps are requiring. You know, at least for the standalone experience. And you know, with that first Quest headset, all of the games that were initially out for it should still work. And you know, I'm sure a lot of developers are going to want to have their games and their applications work on the first generation Quest. What I can see happening is Facebook really saying, hey, you know, this initial Quest still has a lot of life in it. All you need is this tether cable, plug it into a decent PC, and you still have a solid VR experience. It's definitely a tricky situation though, because you definitely don't want to anger your loyal consumer base that did invest into the new technology. But thank you so much, Zoe, for giving your 2 cents on the subject and chiming in. And if you would like to be featured in next week's comment of the week, be sure to comment down below on what you think about Apple advancing in AR and potentially VR technology. Is this something you would like to see from Apple? How do you think they would approach this? Do you think they would focus more on gaming, or do you think they would focus on more media-based content to kind of promote Apple TV and that sort of thing? Any and all thoughts and opinions I would love to hear in the comments down below. Well, that about does it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, as always, for checking out the video and checking out the channel. If you like this video, do be sure to give it a thumbs up, as it is the best way to help a small channel like us get our videos seen through the YouTube algorithm. If you like this content and want to see more like it, be sure to get subscribed and ring the notification bell icon to stay up to date on everything that we're doing. We upload videos every Monday and Friday and live stream gameplay videos on Wednesdays. And feel free to hit us up and chat with us on any of our social media platforms. All of those will be linked in the description down below. But that's seriously enough rambling out of me. Thank you again so much for watching. My name is Blake, and for all things tech, games, movies, and other nerdy things in between, be sure to subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you Monday.